I think white women are as great as any other women. But I'm not going to act like I'm not scared of them. I have a reason.
Small white woman.
It's not a good look.
I just want to know, why is there so much race play going on? Why is this lady, her name is Gabriella, talking about, yeah, I want you to put a big black baby in me? Is that what people that date outside their race do?
Men like Shannon Sharpe go after women whose frontal lobe have yet to develop, and then when they prove to you that they are still children, it's, how dare she try to manipulate me? How dare she try to get money from me? Why do you think she was your old ass?
I think white women are as great as any other women, but I'm not going to act like I'm not scared of them. I have a reason to be scared. Big Black Guy chose Small White Woman. It's not a good book. Shannon, I just want to know, why is it so much race play going on? Why is this lady, her name is Gabriella, talking about, yeah, I want you to put a big black baby in me? Is that what people that date outside their race do? Is that what y'all do? Men like Shannon Sharpe go after women whose frontal lobe have yet to develop, and then when they prove to you that they are still children, it's, how dare she try to manipulate me? How dare she try to get money from me? Why do you think she was your old ass? So, remember when Katt Williams went on Club Shay and told Shannon Sharpe straight up that messing with white women could get him caught up? Yeah, well, he wasn't joking. He was warning him. And now that clip is going viral again because people are realizing Katt was right. And Shannon was already in the middle of that exact situation. In case you missed it, Shannon is now being sued by a white OnlyFans model who's way younger than he is. And I'm talking about a woman who was a literal teenager when Shannon started messing with her, young enough to be his granddaughter. So, this woman is now accusing Shannon of rape and is asking for $50 million and a trial by jury. But here's another crazy part. It now turns out that Club Shay interview with Katt was recorded while Shannon was already involved with this same woman. And now folks are going back to those clips from the interview and pointing out how nervous Shannon looked when Katt started talking about how white women can take you down in 2 weekends. You could be Kong the Conqueror, and they could take your rabbit down in 2 weekends. But y'all, it gets even messier. It's not just the fact that this woman was barely out of high school and white. It's the fact that the lawsuit says Shannon was into some wild stuff in the bedroom, including race play. And if you don't know what race play is, well, look it up because YouTube will not let me get into those specifics here. But let's just say people online have zero sympathy for Shannon after hearing what he's into. I mean, messing with a teenager at his age was bad enough, but engaging in race play with her just took it to another level of depravity. And mind you, the whole race play thing was most definitely what Shannon requested from this girl. She was basically a paid worker. He asked her to do some sick racial stuff. She agreed to role play, but then stopped playing her role long enough to make it seem like his actions were not consensual. And just like that, everything Shannon has worked for all these years goes down the drain. But fans are not feeling bad for Shannon at all. And they're saying he got exactly what he was warned about. The lack of discipline and discernment at his big age is just baffling. But hey, that's what you get being almost 60 and still trying to be in these streets. Katt Williams literally tried to tell him, and now it's blowing up in his face. But there's a lot more to unpack here. So let's get into the full story. You having an unnatural allegiance to losers does not like you. Okay, y'all, in case you're out of the loop, Shannon Sharpe is facing a $50 million civil lawsuit filed in Clark County, Nevada by a woman identified as OnlyFans model Gabriella Zuniga. The lawsuit alleges that Shannon raped Gabriella at least twice during their brief relationship, emotionally and verbally mistreated her, recorded and shared their intimate encounters without consent, and even made threats on her life. According to the lawsuit, Shannon met Gabriella at a Los Angeles gym in 2023 when he was 54 and she was just 19. Now, the age gap alone is already crazy enough because even if everything is consensual, this is straight-up predatory behavior. This girl was 16 during CO. Let that sink in, y'all. She's younger than Shannon Sharpe's youngest child. She could literally be his granddaughter. I mean, that alone is already disgusting. But it gets even weirder when you hear what type of stuff Shannon was into. So, it seems that this girl was essentially a paid ex-worker because in one of the text messages Shannon released trying to prove his relationship was consensual, Gabriella mentioned asking for $25,000 for each cheek. But that's not all. Other weird things Gabriella texted Shannon were asking him to put a big black baby in her, and even saying she wants to put her tongue in his brown balloon knot, if you know what I mean. Now, I think we can all assume this 19-year-old girl wasn't into Shannon like that. And she most likely said these things because Shannon specifically requested some type of race play. It's becoming more and more clear to me, in my opinion, that he has a race fetish. He has a fetish for that type of dynamic. Think about it. This was a 19-year-old woman when he met her. I don't know any 19-year-old white woman that's running around hollering about a big black baby and baby gravy. Shannon was a 54-year-old big black grown-ass man from the backwoods of Georgia. Gravy sound like some he's familiar with. Big black babies. He probably seen a few in his day. Born in the backwoods of Georgia where he grew up with his grandma and all them other folks. But I just don't think that came from her. Now, is she repeating it back in those text messages? Yes. That's why he released her messages, not his. Peep that. Okay, we haven't seen what his responses was. And I guarantee when they post those messages, y'all going to see all of that race started with him. It's a fetish. And he could only play that kind of stuff out with a young girl. He couldn't. Like Monique was trying to tell him, get an older girl. Older girl ain't going for that. They was going immediately knew he was a freaking weirdo. A 19-year-old don't know no better. That's why she repeating it back to him because he said it to her first. Older men, that's why they tend to want to be with younger women. They're more impressionable. They can mold them. They can shape them to be what they want them to be, do what they want them to do. You let him come to a 40 or 50-year-old woman talking about put a big black baby in baby gravy. We going to be looking like what the what's wrong with you? Yeah, that started with him. Mark my words. It's going to come out. But that race stuff started with Shannon. Now, whether this arrangement Shannon had with this girl was consensual from start to finish, or it got out of control at some point, that's going to be up to the courts to decide. But Shannon is not looking good in this mess at all. Especially after Gabriella's lawyer, Tony Busby, leaked an audio where Shannon is threatening to choke Gabriella. Now, this whole conversation is weird from both sides, and it sounds like she's baiting him to say some messed up stuff about a big black man choking a small white woman. But the fact that Shannon actually sounds like he gets off on that type of stuff makes him look like a whole creep. Well, what, Gabby? Well, you're coming to LA tomorrow? Yes. Well, I don't know why you want to go out. Don't worry about it, Daddy. Well, okay. Okay. What? Well, I'm not really interested music and getting choked, so I guess we're going. Yeah, I might choke you in public. Big black guy choke small white woman. It's not a good look, Shannon. Not a good look that you did what you did to me. Okay. Well, what? I told you all this conversation is weird from start to finish. And to me, they both talk like this is some sort of role play. But this girl may have baited him with the talk they always did, recorded it, and now she can say it was a consensual. But again, Shannon has got no one but himself to blame. Because imagine being an almost 60-year-old man and still not being able to control your urges, messing with a 19-year-old and thinking she won't play you. The lack of self-awareness is just mind-boggling. And get this, Shannon is now trying to use the black man angle, claiming that Tony Busby only goes after successful black men. To my family, friends, supporters, and colleagues, I want to speak to you directly and from the heart. This is a shakedown. I'm going to be open, transparent, and defend myself because this isn't right. This is all being orchestrated by Tony Busby, who has targeted Jay-Z. Tony Busby targets black men. And I believe he's going to release a 30-second clip of a tape that tries to make me look guilty and play it into every stereotype you could possibly imagine. Now, even if Shannon is right about Busby, how are you going to use the black man card when you literally engaged in race play? And notice how Shannon tried to get ahead of the narrative, saying that Busby plans to release part of the private tape that plays into every stereotype. So, in other words, Shannon paid a white woman to degrade him as part of some sick racial roleplay. But now we're supposed to feel sorry for him because he's a black man. Why is this lady, her name is Gabriella, talking about, yeah, I want you to put a big black baby in me? Is that what people that date outside their race do? Is that what y'all do? Are y'all into race play? Like I feel like there's probably in the bedroom doing like slave. I mean, I don't feel like that's too far-fetched. She talking about put a big black baby in me like what I don't get it. What is going on? He needs to address that the lawsuit. Address why the hell she was saying that and why you were allowing that, because after she said that you should have cussed her the what is going on Shannon, and mind you Shannon used his platform for years to clown black women, but now is asking for sympathy. Yeah, let's just say the only people who are defending Shannon right now are delusional old men like him who think a young girl actually wants them.